If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. It's Conway Show. We are on high alert for a tsunami. There was a major earthquake over in Russia, 8.7. Huge, huge earthquake. And if a tsunami is developing after that earthquake, if it causes a tsunami, a tidal wave, it's headed to the West Coast. Washington, Oregon, California. If it arrives here, it'll come in at 1:05 a.m. tonight, right after midnight, 1:05 a.m. So be prepared. If you live near the coast, you may just see a little increase in the wave size around 1:05. I'm sure you'd be out there looking at it. But it could also be big. You never know. You never know. All right. A lot of people who listen to KFI own cats and dogs. It's a cool thing to have in life. And every year, there's a thing called CatCon, the cat convention. And here to talk about it is Susan Michals. Susan, how are you?
I am spectacular. How are you doing?
I'm good. Do you have all your cats prepared for the tsunami?
There's a tsunami coming to Pasadena, and it's a whole bunch of cat people.
It's the cat tsunami. How many people came through the doors last year? I heard you had a record year.
12,000.
Wow. 12,000. Really?
They don't bring their cats. Let's remember that, because it would be a cat fight.
Right. How many cats do you personally own?
Did you say personally?
Yes, personally own.
Okay. I know. I'm going to give you the cat puns. I have to hit you with them.
Okay.
I have one cat. Her name is Miss Kitty Pretty Girl. She is 20 years old.
Wow.
And I have a dog named Buddy because I am bipedal.
Okay. We have one dog. I love cats, though. We've had cats in the past, and they're just really beautiful, great animals. They really are. I enjoy them.
Yeah, they are. They're very spectacular. I do. That's my favorite word of the day is spectacular.
And they're so easy to take care of. They're so independent. They never complain. If you leave them for 3 or 4 hours, a dog will be mad at you when you get home, but the cats never really care.
Yeah, they're very independent compared to doggies. Doggies really depend on you. There was somebody that came to our show in 2015, and he said, dogs are like toddlers. They're like, I love you, need you. And cats are like teenagers because F you.
That's
and
right.
I think that's pretty appropriate.
That's right. All right, so CatCon is this weekend?
It is. It's this weekend, and It's the 10th anniversary, and we have some amazing things. And I want to start with something that I wish you would come and play with, which is the How to Pet Your Cat game. It's a giant cat butt.
Ooh, a cat butt?
You still there, Tim?
Yeah, odd.
Yeah. Basically, it's. Let me explain.
Sure.
It was developed by a bunch of USC students, and it is a giant cat behind that you pat the butt and you rack up points on this screen. So it's kind of like an arcade game.
Okay.
I guess kind of like, Pac-Man, but with a cat behind.
Right. It's not a scratch and sniff, though.
Oh, boy.
No.
I should have known this was coming. No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's a whole lot of fun. Then we have... Go ahead.
When we had cats, we had an automatic cat box, the battery operated one that cleaned itself every time the cat did its business. I think that was a genius idea. Are those still popular?
Oh, yeah. The smart litter boxes are quite popular. There's a number of people that are developing those on the landscape now. And, at CatCon, we have about 200 exhibitors. We have a lot of cat tech, the latest in cat technology, but at the same time, we have sort of accoutrements for the cat lover, such as, things for your lifestyle, like cat dresses for the human, cat-centric dresses, clothing, jewelry, But, and art, it's really a combo platter of things for cats and their people.
I read a stat about last year's CatCon that I'd like to ask you if it's true or not. But of the 12,000 people that came through the door, 12,000 of them were single?
Well, that's funny that you ask. CatCon, I would imagine, would be a great place for a single guy.
Yes.
Because there is, 76% female, but we are seeing a huge uptick in cat dudes coming through our door.
Okay.
And they're not just coming with their significant other. There's a lot of single gentlemen coming.
Okay. And what does it cost to get into CatCon this year?
CatCon is $45 per day. And you think that's a lot, or
no?
Or
it's really
not
cheap
very
and
much?
expensive. I thought you'd be like a couple $100 to get in.
It is not Disneyland, but it is Disneyland for cat people.
Right.
But what I can tell you is this: one of my big things that I like to, talk about is that our charity of record this year is Pasadena Humane, and they're also our adoption group. And just because we were making strides to get over what happened with the fires, Pasadena Humane is still full to the brim with animals that they are boarding. It's kitten season, kittens coming in. So we are giving back to the community that has taken such good care of us.
Oh, good for you.
And donating $1 every ticket sale to them. And last year they helped us get 194 cats and kittens adopted. And this year they're bringing over 200.
Wow. Who are some of your bigger booths? Who are some of the bigger advertisers that come in every year?
Sure. So we have Petivity and Pet Finder. That's Purina.
Oh, they're good.
We have 3M Scotch Brite. This is their people, lint rollers.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they're doing a cool activation, and they have sponge painting. We have a litter company called World's Best Cat Litter. They're doing a cat oracle. So basically it's like a fortune teller. You show pictures of your cat, and they'll tell their fortune. We have Zoetis coming with an anti-arthritic, but they're doing a red carpet ready photo op. And
hey, what about? Let me ask you something, Susan. Let me ask you something.
Sure.
Are you familiar with Pet? You're familiar with Petco Love, right?
Petco. Oh, I know Petco. Is that the charity?
Yes, they're the ones that help try to find your cat or dog if they're missing, and they have AI now where you can take a picture of your cat or your dog, and you don't have to go to 20 shelters every day looking for your cat. You can upload it to their website, and they find it instantly if it's been found.
That's amazing.
It's great.
I did not know about that. I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah, they're terrific. So where is it? Is it Pasadena Convention Center?
It's at the Pasadena Convention Center, and I would be remiss if I didn't remind you, Tim, that the Australian firefighter calendar heroes are coming, and they're expecting you to show up and audition to be in the next calendar.
All right. I don't mind doing that.
They're
I don't mind doing that.
Do it, Timmy.
What are the hours? Shut up, Angel. You always do that. You always embarrass me. I told you my days of dancing for women are over.
Oh boy.
You know that, Angel.
Come on. This isn't dancing. It's just posing.
Angel
With
always
various
wants me to get out there and dance for these women like I'm just a piece of meat. Sucks.
Oh, my God. You just can't get past that, can you?
No.
It's really difficult. I understand.
Angel, you should go to CatCon. You'd fit in beautifully.
Angel, come on down. Come on down, Angel.
Especially with the calendar guys there. I'll be there for sure.
They're signing calendars all weekend and taking selfies. They're waiting for Tim. They have a special place at the table. CatCon is this weekend, August 2nd and 3rd, 10 to 5. Tickets are on sale at catconworldwide.com. And just know that a portion of all proceeds are going to go to help kittens and cats in need.
I love how Angel reduces them to the calendar guys.
The calendar guys.
They fly halfway across the world. Hey, are you the calendar guys? Like, yeah, that's us. And what are the hours for CatCon?
10 to 5, Saturday and Sunday, or I should say Catterday and Sunday.
God.
And yeah, I know. And we have celebri-cat meet and greets. Lots of celebri-cats.
Do any celebrities show up?
Oh, yeah. We have tons of celebrities that come. We've had Angela Kinsey over the years, Seth Green, Kat Dennings, Brenda Song, Ian Somerhalder. Tim Conway Jr.,
That's right.
all Mark Thompson.
Oh, it's Mark. Does Mark go every year?
He goes every year.
Okay. So 10 to 5, does that $45 get you in both days or just one day?
That is one day, and you will walk away with so many freebies. There's 200 exhibitors, tons of photo ops, immersive activations like the Cat Oracle, firemen to take your photos with, and kittens to play with.
Okay.
Or maybe you want to flip that. Kittens to take your picture with and firemen to play with. It's up to you.
It sounds like a cool hang. Can you bring cats or not?
Tim, we need to
Come
have
on,
a talk
Susan.
about this. Can you imagine if 12,000 people brought their cats? What would happen?
Okay, but not 12,000 people are going to bring their cats. Like if like 10 people stop by with their cats, you wouldn't let them in?
No, we ask for the safety of both humans and cats alike. You leave your personal kitty cat, Mr. Fluffernutter. He needs to stay at home.
I don't know when you started hating cats, Susan, but I think it's counter to your business.
Gosh.
I think it's counter to your business.
But you want to get your kitty fix? 200 cats and kittens in the adoption village, and celebri-cats like a cat named Calvin, one-eared Uno, and one of my favorites, Lily Rose Adventures, big fatty Sphinx girl.
Okay. All right. What's the website? Crazypeople.com? Is that still it?
No. You would like to think that, but no, it's catconworldwide.com.
Catconworldwide.com. All right. Catconworldwide.com. Okay. And do you only do it in Los Angeles, or do you travel? You do it New York version and LA version?
It is Los Angeles only. I want to make it the South by Southwest for cat people and one destination.
All right.
But you never know.
I'm glad we can get the
I
word
might go
out
international. If you want to invest, we can talk about it later on how we're going to take it around the country.
I'll be the
All
first
right?
guy. I'll meet you tomorrow at Dupars.
I figured.
Okay. All right.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Susan. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right. CatConWorldwide.com. Go to the cat convention this weekend and pack it. So I don't have to go. Make it look like a lot of people are going. All right. We're live on KFI AM 640. They are still talking about the tsunami that might hit Los Angeles, Oregon, or the state of Washington. And it's serious. So please don't totally ignore this, that we might get hit by a tsunami because of the 8.7 earthquake in Russia.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
This is not a joke. We might be hit by a tsunami. We're under tsunami watch right now. I know the chance of it coming and wiping us out are pretty slim. But the chances of a fire wiping us out in January were also very slim. If you said to me on December 31st of last year, what are the odds that we lose 16,000 homes to a fire in the first week of January in Los Angeles? I would say 0. Everybody would say 0. 16,000 homes in Southern California burned to the ground. Chance of that happening in the first week of January in the winter? 0. And it happened. So we can't really ignore this possibility of a tsunami. A huge earthquake in Russia, and tsunamis travel at 600 miles an hour. So they've done the calculation, and it might be here at 1:05 a.m. tomorrow morning, Wednesday. So that's just after midnight. Let's find out more so we can maybe save some lives and nobody has to die over this.
We continue to follow breaking news. The entire California coast under a tsunami watch after that magnitude 8.7 earthquake in Russia. Let's go to Chris Christie in Air 7. He's over the coastal beaches, the coastal cities right now. Chris.
Hey there, Mark. Just took a cruise over to Venice Beach, as you can see here. Lots of folks enjoying the day. Weather is nice right now, but that 8.7 earthquake off the coast of Russia, some 6,000 odd miles away, has triggered a tsunami warning on the other side of the Pacific. And over here in California, a tsunami watch.
Now, if you're in the middle of the ocean, you're on a tanker or on a cruise ship or on a sailboat, whatever, and the tsunami passes under you, you may not even feel it. It may just be a couple of inches of water, and you would not even recognize it or feel it. But as it gets closer to shallow water, that's where it increases in size. And that's where you can get wiped out.
Which means that there could be some heavier waves expected later on this evening, roughly after midnight, maybe even closer to 1 a.m. If those waves arrive, a tsunami watch means there is a distant tsunami possibility, something we will continue to monitor. Reporting live from Air 7, I'm Chris Christie, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
That's my buddy Chris Christie. We have lunch all the time. We talk about weather and traffic, mostly. And we have another thing in common. We both have a daughter. He has a younger daughter. I have an older daughter, and he's a good dude. Chris Christie, good guy.
All right, Chris, thank you. And Dallas joining us to clarify some of this. I'm sure a lot of
Dallas Rains. Wait, Bella, you didn't tell me this was a twofer. We get Chris Christie and Dallas Rains.
It called for a twofer.
You know what that is? That's a tsunami ding dong. Sorry.
People are worried about
Well,
this.
you should be, because anytime you have an earthquake of that magnitude and a tsunami watch is issued, it's a seismic sea wave. And if it does arrive, it's not so much the size of it, but the turbulence that is created by that much water is a really big deal. In 1960, for instance, there was a huge earthquake off of Chile that generated 4-foot tsunami and pretty much destroyed the Long Beach Harbor in Santa Monica. So, I mean, this is serious business. We do know that a tsunami was detected, seismic sea wave. But right now, we don't know if it's actually going to hit. First of all, it would come in around Crescent City, which has had its share of big earthquake tsunamis.
Yeah, they've had a lot of big ones up there. How big?
Big.
Yeah, big ones up there. In Crescent City. I think they got wiped out by a tsunami a couple of decades ago. Was that a medium one, small one, or?
Big
one.
Earthquake tsunamis over the past years. In 1964, after a huge earthquake in Alaska.
Ooh, was it big or huge? I don't know. Let's put those together and find out, see how that sounds.
Big, huge.
Yeah, big, huge. It's here, the tsunami.
Big, huge earthquake in Alaska. They had quite a few people lost their lives in the Crescent City area. So this big map kind of shows you what it looks like, and you can see this watch all along the coast from Alaska, all the way down to San Diego. And as we zoom out, you can see the tsunami advisory there. Now, this area of the Aleutian Islands, that's a warning because they did detect a tsunami. It happened here in this area of Russia, but it all propagates out along the ocean. And as I mentioned before, it travels about 500 miles per hour over the open water. And then, of course, as it gets close to shore, it slows up, and then the water just kind of piles up. And this is how it looks. On a subduction zone, the water is actually lifted, and then it travels out at that incredible speed, as I mentioned, 500 miles per hour over the open water. And then once it gets into the shoreline, then that water can come in a series of big waves called seismic sea waves.
Yeah, seismic sea waves. And some of them are
big, huge.
Big and huge
waves. We're looking down at Long Beach right now, and our skies are clear. It has been a beautiful day across Southern California. Air quality, not bad at all. Along the coast, it's excellent, of course. A few areas of elevated ozone out there in the IE. Today, downtown, warmed up a couple of degrees, 84 degrees. 83 yesterday. Record back in 1995 was 100. The big dome of high pressure that is usually over the Four Corners is sitting out over the Plain States, and they are not happy with it.
Oh, they're getting cooked. You know, in St. Louis, Missouri, the heat index, so when you couple up the heat with the humidity, was 129 degrees. 95%, 95 degrees and 94% humidity equals 100, and it feels like 129 degrees outside in Missouri.
We had temperatures today in St. Louis and Kansas City, Memphis that felt like 110 and 115 degrees.
Wow.
Cooler air continues to come across Southern California for this time of the year. That's all part of a powerful cyclone that is circulating out over the Pacific tonight. And that low is going to be moving slowly off to the northeast, and that will allow our temperatures to start warming. It's going to take a while, probably 8-9 days out. Clear tonight, but I do have the marine layer clouds returning, 64. The valley's about 59, so it's still cool at night. Low desert at 77. Here are the highs tomorrow. And again, even though it is warm for our friends out in the IE, Lake Elsinore and those areas, it's not bad at all. 88 in Pasadena, Glendale about 86. Encino right at about 90 tomorrow. Head on out a little further west in the San Fernando Valley. Out to Woodland Hills, you could hit about 95 for an afternoon high.
All right, 95 is not bad.
Big, huge
numbers.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
We have tsunami warnings here in Southern California. So we have California, the coast of the entire state of California, from the Mexican border all the way up to the Oregon coast, including San Francisco Bay. Oregon, the entire coast of Oregon is under tsunami watch. The same with Washington State, the outer coast of the Oregon/Washington border to Slip Point, Columbia River, and all the way up to Seattle. British Columbia, the north coast, is under a tsunami watch. South Alaska, the south part of Alaska. Tsunami watch is canceled for the coastal areas of southeast Alaska, South Alaska, and the Alaska Peninsula. It's already passed by there, and they didn't see anything. But doesn't mean it's not coming. Our own Jane Wells is in Hawaii, probably vacationing, enjoying herself, and she's on the phone right now. Jane Wells, how are you?
Hey, Tim. Aloha. Yeah, we are now under a tsunami warning. I'm on the Big Island in Kona. Yeah, so what they've sent out all those little blurbs on the phone. They actually sounded the sirens and told everybody that they're sounding them, that we're supposed to seek higher ground, even though the first wave isn't supposed to hit Hanalei on the north side of Kauai until about 7:10 local, which would be 10:10 your time. But they're saying these tsunami waves can envelop the entire island. So even here in Kona, and we're, 3.5 hours away from this, they have shut down everything along Ali'i Drive.
Wow.
There's traffic's backed up as people are trying to get out. And so our place is right across the street from, we have a place here, the beach, but we're in a concrete building on the third floor. Still, our car would get toasted. So we're gonna hang out and head up into the hills as it gets, after 6 o'clock.
Sure.
Probably sooner, just because traffic is all, I think back to Maui and the fires and how traffic was just horrific. And there's not, it's kind of bad here already. But that's what's happening here.
But Jane, because of the way Honolulu is situated, it is protected by the island of Oahu, and it's not under any dangers or warnings. Is that true?
Well, the entire state is under a warning, because what the authorities are saying is that these tsunami waves may hit the north or northwest side of the island, particularly Kauai at first.
Okay.
But then it encircles the island, and so then it'll keep coming. So that's why even down here in Kona, which you would think would be the last place it would hit, or Hilo actually, we're still under this warning. Maybe they're overreacting. Well, that's okay, considering what happened in the Maui fires.
Sure.
And I'm just fascinated. You would think the Weather Service satellites or whatever could really tell us if there's a wave that's being formed. Because again, we are now 3 hours and 25 minutes before this thing is supposed to maybe hit Kauai.
Okay, well, I'm looking at pictures that are just coming in from Russia, and they're experiencing a tremendous amount of waves and water coming ashore that's wiping out some of the smaller towns.
Yeah, I don't know how populated that area of Kamchatka is, but, I mean, Japan was under tsunami warning for a while. I wonder if that's passed, just like you mentioned, Southeast Alaska. I don't know.
Yeah, but it really looks like, the Russians, at least in that, sparsely populated area of Russia, a lot of people have gone up to the hills and up into the mountains, and they've noticed that a lot of the local animals are already heading for the hills as well, and that's a great sign that there's water coming.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I'm thinking, well, I'm down here in Kona, and how big a deal is this going to be? I don't want to be that person,
right. Yeah,
I don't want to be that person.
Yeah, all of a sudden, let's think, what happened to Jane Wells? Oh, she didn't take it seriously, and her husband and her passed away.
What an idiot!
Yeah.
What an idiot! Yeah, I don't want to be that person.
Right, and look, it may not happen, but you'd rather be up in up on the bluffs in Santa Monica watching it than down on the shore.
Right. I mean, look, you can have a Mai Tai in the hills as well as you can have one down on the beach. You know what I mean?
That's right. So, but if it passes Oahu, will be not Oahu. I guess it will be maybe Oahu will be the first island. Kauai, right? Kauai will be the first one, right?
And then Oahu, then Molokai, Maui, and then we'd be last.
Okay,
so we're the Big Island, so there's a lot of space before me.
Right, but if it doesn't nail Kauai and Oahu, then you probably feel pretty safe that you're not in danger.
I guess I don't work for NOAA, so I don't know. Again, I don't want to be that person like, oh, it's no big deal in Kauai, and then kaboom,
right,
in Kona.
Right, especially when you're in the news business, it would be embarrassing.
Yeah, it would be really embarrassing because I always report on people, and when I used to film on KFI, we'd be like, "What an idiot that person was!" Oh, that's
exactly
Jane Wells.
Right. All right, Jane, please, can we check in with you tomorrow and see how it went?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Except up into the hills.
All right. Excellent. Jane Wells, everybody. We'll check in with her tomorrow. The tsunami, if it hits here in Southern California, be 1:05 a.m. tonight. So it's after midnight, an hour and 5 minutes after midnight tonight. So be aware of it. It's going to dominate the local news, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 11 o'clock news. It'll be the lead story, unless somebody goes crazy, that we might be hit by a tsunami tonight.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
We are under tsunami watch. They are taking this warning extremely seriously in Hawaii. All the news stations, all the local TV stations are around the clock now warning people to evacuate the coast. They're opening up some of these highways or some of these roads that are closed and only used for fire and emergency vehicles. They're thinking about opening up some of them to get people evacuated from the coast. This is really serious in Hawaii. Let me turn on one of the stations here. This is live. The 8.7 earthquake that happened off of the coast of Russia, that tsunami might get there local time. I think it's 7 o'clock. So all the stations in Hawaii, all the local news stations are around the clock talking about this. And let me turn one of my, I think this is ABC or NBC here. Let me turn this on and see where we are.
From a variety of perspectives at this moment as we are tracking this tsunami warning. We will be staying with you, providing critical information and updates throughout this entire event. It officially became a tsunami warning around 2:45 Hawaii time following an 8.7 magnitude quake off the far eastern coast of Russia. We currently have crews deployed across the city and across the state right now. Lynn Kawano is at the Emergency Operations Center. As you see, city leaders and emergency officials gathering right now to look at this and analyze the response and make preparations. We're seeing different shots from Waikiki, Jonathan was just showing you the shots on our leeward coast right now.
Yeah, with the leeward coast, one thing you need to keep in mind, once again, Farrington Highway is the only way in and out of that area. So it's going to get backed up. Here's what you should do instead. If you have a chance to, do not leave the Waianae coast. If you can, go further inland. I mean, there are places like Makaha Valley, there's Lulu'ule, some places like that, where you can actually go inland and not cause a traffic backup because, again, yes, we have 3 hours, but one, do not panic. You have some time to take action.
Okay, they got 3 hours. We just talked to Jane Wells, and everyone's starting to panic in Hawaii.
Friends or relatives, and this is not just the Waianae coast, but anywhere in the islands. If you have friends or relatives who are in higher ground, try and get a hold of them. Conversely, if you are in higher ground, you might want to prepare or get a hold of maybe friends or relatives who are in an evacuation zone, and you might have to at least take them in for now. At this point, we don't know exactly precisely how big the tsunami will be, but we're looking at anything from maybe 3, 6, maybe even 9 feet. And again, a tsunami acts differently from a surf wave. A surf wave will come in and pull back out. A tsunami, because there's so much energy and it's been traveling across the ocean at about 500 to 700 miles per hour, it's going to start hitting the shoreline, or at least, the shallower areas, slow down, start pushing up, and then all that energy is not, again, just the top. It's going to be from top all the way to the bottom of the ocean, wherever that is, and that's going to continue pushing in and pushing in and pushing in. So it's not necessarily a case of, the surf's going to come in and then it's going to draw back out. There is the potential that this will push in a rather large way, and so you just have to be aware of that.
Let's go back to our Waikiki right now as you see what looks to be DLNR crews heading out to the lagoon by the Hilton Hawaiian Village.
Wow.
Urging those that are...
Man, you got to see this. There's nobody on the beach. This is in the middle of summer on Waikiki, where there's hundreds of thousands of tourists, and there might be 6 people on the beach. There's nobody there. Everybody is evacuating. Everybody's going to higher ground, and they're taking this very seriously. I've never seen Hawaii take a warning like this seriously. This is unbelievable. So it may be nothing, but it's turned from a watch to a warning, and so it might be a spectacular wave that comes through there, and so everybody's heading for the hills. So we're going to keep an eye on this. I'm sure it's going to be major news for the rest of the evening into tomorrow, and keep it here on KFI to see if this develops into something that could threaten your property or your life. So keep it right here on KFI AM 640. Mo Kelly and his whole crew next, right here on KFI. Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.